What's going on, Savage Gang? It's your boy, back with another banger. Now in today's video, we will be installing something new to the charger. This is something that I've been, contemplating on getting for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger and got it. This might be a long video, I don't actually know yet, but of course y'all know I go very in-depth into all of my installs, and we just gonna get it cracking. So I don't really know exactly how I'm gonna do it. I done watched a couple videos on how to do it, but I'm gonna be designing this my own way. So I'm just about to show y'all where I got it from. I'm gonna tell y'all where I got it from. I'm gonna show y'all the whole kit in depth, everything that's inside of the box, and we're just gonna get it started. Now I have a couple tools that you're gonna need for this install, and I'm gonna break them down to you because two of them are connected together on the same little ring. So just stay tuned, man. All right, let's get it. All right, y'all, so this is pretty much what we got going on today. As y'all can see from the thumbnail and the title, we will be installing stars in the ceiling. We'll be installing a Starlight headliner. Today, I'm gonna show y'all pretty much how to take the headliner down. I'm gonna pretty much show y'all the whole process. I have a neat idea that I got as far as with part of this kit, and I'm gonna tell y'all about that in a second. But for this install, you will need a flathead, a pry tool, and it doesn't really matter how big the pry tool is, you just need one. And this is what I was saying when I said that two of the tools that I needed are connected on the same ring. So you need a T15 and you need a T27. I got this from AutoZone for about $8. I felt like it was more convenient to get this because it comes with all of the other T tools that you have on it. Like, I know sometimes you need a T20 or you might need a T25, so I just felt like this right here was just more convenient to get it. And it breaks it down right here, basically letting you know what each tool is and the size. So I just felt like this right here was just way more convenient to get this than to buy them separately. So now let's pretty much get into pretty much what all is in the kit. And I got this kit off of Amazon. It was about $210, I believe. All right, y'all. So we got our Bluetooth remote. Our instructions on how to install the stars. Plus, on the back has the Bluetooth app, which I primarily use that with all of my lighting kits anyway. So that'll pretty much be the route that I go. We got the shooting stars, and I have a pretty neat idea with these shooting stars. Not basically like how everybody else does it. I mean, that's their preference, but I got an idea that I think is gonna work out pretty cool with that. But we'll get into that a little later. Right here we have the main LED light engine for the stars. It has the twinkle effect. It'll connect to the music, so they'll twinkle with the music, the whole nine. This kit is 550 pieces plus the shooting stars, which is another 96. So it's roughly like 640 pieces. Right here we have the module, the light engine for the shooting stars. Right here we have the plug-in for cigarette lighters, which pretty much nobody really goes this route. I mean, it's something simple, but I mean, they pretty much mainly connect them to the fuse boxes. So every time the car turns on and cuts off, they cut on and they cut off with the car. Right here we have a plug-in for, let's say you were gonna install them inside of the house, or I do know some trucks come with these also. So it's just a simpler way versus you just doing it with the car. And I don't actually know if almost sure that if you plug this in too, they'll cut on and off the same way. So it just has a few options for you to actually, you know, be able to power them on and off. Right here are the screws for the Shooting Star engine. Oh, right here we have a couple different sizes of drill bits, and I think all of these are actually the same size and thickness. So it does have three drill bits, you know, just in case one breaks or anything like that. It has 3 that are all the same size. So this is probably the route that I'll go. I know a lot of people say you can use a thumbtack, but I have seen where people did actually use the drill bits and nothing happened to the headliner. So I'll probably go that route also. What else? I think that was it. Yeah, so like I said, this kit is 550 pieces plus the other 96 for the Shooting Stars. So after we actually went over all this, the next step is to pretty much take the headliner down. Now it's gonna be kind of tedious, and I'll be recording it myself while actually doing the work. So I'll probably like do one side and then show you what the one side looks broke down, and then I'll show you how to actually disassemble the other side. So I'll probably do the driver's side and then show y'all how to disassemble the passenger side, and then we'll just go from there. All right, man, this is gonna be a nice in-depth video. Like I said, you know, all of my installs go in depth. I'll pretty much show you everything that I did. If I ran into any issues, any problems, we're gonna pretty much take it from there. But hey, y'all stay tuned. All right, so first thing you want to do when you come in is you want to remove this right here. So you just reach behind it. Whew. Gotta get those prongs loose. And there's a plug right here that you pretty much just pull back on and slide out, and it's pretty much removed. That's step one. All right, so I've already got one side broke down completely, and on this side I'm gonna show y'all pretty much the process on pretty much removing everything. So if you look, which I don't even know, okay, all right, perfect. It's a clip right here that you can access with your flathead that'll expose the T15 bolt that's on the inside of that. All right, so I'm gonna take my T15 and just gonna unscrew it. And be careful as you're unscrewing that you kind of grip the screw so you don't lose it. All right, and on this side, that little space in there, you can access it with your flathead. You just want to kind of pry open this black piece, because the only way you'll be able to access those bolts that are in there is by prying it open. And just be careful because it's kind of tight. So let me go ahead and remove that. All right, so now I've already got it removed from where it was, and you pretty much just want to leave it hanging there. That's what I did with the other side also. And you can access those two T15 bolts. So after you get all the screws out, it's just like this on the other side. So go ahead and pull back your pillar, and it has a plastic piece that pretty much holds it to the car. You just want to pry it back a little bit, and after that, be careful because you have an airbag right there next to that pillar. You just kind of want to peel it back some. All right, so in order to access this plug that's right here, I kind of got out some, and I looked at it through the outside of the car. And it's kind of glued to your headliner. So you just kind of want to pull on it, and it has like a sticker on it that kind of holds it in place too on both sides. And you pretty much just have to pull up the glue, and it'll basically expose the wire. All right, so what you'll do next, you get your flathead, and in order to take this off, you have to reach behind it, and it's a clip that you just have to pull up on, and it'll automatically come off. All right, so next we move on to your handrail. I know it's kind of hard for y'all to see, but there's two pieces, one here and one right here. You just get your flathead and you just reach on the side of it, and it'll pop right off. So let me see if I can actually do that. Just like that. You just reach behind it, it'll come straight off. And as y'all can see, that is a T27 bolt. That's why I got the tool that has both of them on it, and it'll be the same way on both sides. All right, there it is. Whoop, I dropped it. I'll get it. But now I'll show y'all what's next after we get done unscrewing these bolts. All right, so after you actually disassemble those bolts from the headliner, they pretty much just get stuck inside of it. So that's pretty much how you want it to stay. That way you don't actually lose the screws. All right, now I'll show y'all how to do the back, because the back has the light on it. It's pretty much the same process, except it has a plug behind it that you have to disassemble in order to get the light out. All right, give me 1 second. Pretty much just pull it down, and it has like a little space in between the flap and the actual assembly itself. You just stick your flathead in there, and you just pull it off. And these are T27 bolts, just like those right there. Just put your T27 in, and you do it the same exact way. All right, you pretty much just let it close, let the screw stay in there, and you grab your flathead again, and if you look, what which I think I'm gonna have to show y'all from this way. If you look, there it is. It's kind of hard for me to record it all at the same time, but that little white flap right there, you just slide your flathead behind it and then just turn your flathead just a little bit and it should just come straight off. Just like that. Just give it a little turn and a little pull, it'll come straight off. All right, so you have two more pillars right here. And right there. So what you will have to do is behind here, it has like, I want to say about 4 or 5 prongs. You just stick your hands behind it and then you'll eventually hear them click. Right here with this pillar, I just grab it from right here, I just pull it out. Now it does have the same kind of plastic prongs like the ones on the front do, so you know you can always just pull them out and then they'll just hang right there also. So pretty much that's pretty much it. Oh, I lied, I'm sorry, it's one more thing. All right, so the last two pieces to taking this off. If you look right here, this is a T15 bolt that has to be released also before you can officially let the headliner all the way down. Please be careful because you can lose these bolts easily. All right, so pretty much got that out and it's pretty much released all the way. The only other thing, if you look right over here in this corner where this pillar is on this side, there's a cord over here in this corner. It's like a harness. And it's connected to a little slot. All you have to do is just take that slot and just pull back on it and it'll come straight out, and then it'll be enough room for you to actually get it unplugged. There it is. Now that's pretty much it as far as taking your headliner down. has some Velcro scraps up here that you pretty much just kind of wiggle off, and I'll show you what they look like. You got one here, one there, and one over there, but that little piece kind of came off, which it should just attach right back to it anyway, and I'll take care of that in a second. But they have them pretty much all over on the back side too, so that's pretty much it as far as taking the sunroof down, the headlighter down. But for the most part, it just falls all the way down after that, just like that. So give me a second and I'm gonna turn the camera right back on. All right, so I tried to go out the front. The front didn't work because of the dash. So this is pretty much how I'm doing it. You gotta take your time though, because you don't want to tear anything up. You might have to bend it a little. That's pretty much it. All right, so this is pretty much how yours should look, or similar to this. Now we have to remove this, which is kind of like a sound dampening and noise dampening. We have to remove these all the way around. I may remove this also on this side also, only because it'll help me utilize my stars more. And they're on each side. Now up here is pretty much where the sun visors will be, so I pretty much don't have to worry about removing any of this. So I'll utilize this area, which is around the little center console where the lights are. And you have to be mindful of where your handrails are also, but you can definitely utilize all of this around here. So pretty much how you want to do it, you want to kind of, you know, make you as many. Okay, I have a kit with 550 stars. I'm gonna try to utilize this area for the shooting stars and just kind of build. I'm gonna do 4 sections. So I'm gonna cut it straight down the middle, and then I'm gonna section it off probably about right here, straight across, because of the sunroof. Now I wanted to utilize the sunroof, and it's not hard to take that part out, but I just don't feel like the kit that I have, I actually have enough to utilize that area also. So I'll probably utilize that area probably another time. I'll buy like another kit, probably like a shooting star kit or something like that, and I'll just utilize that area just for that. Or I might just do a whole nother kit, but that'll be something later on. I just wanted to try to get my feet wet with doing a kit first to see how it is, and then after that I'll move on, you know, continue to do it like that. You don't really have to remove any of your wiring, you know, because the kit is designed for you to like just do it however you see fit, and I pretty much won't do any kind of straight lines at all other than with the shooting stars. So I won't take these off either, because I really just don't want to have to worry about the hassle of trying to remember where I put them at and trying to put stars in between that and then trying to glue it back down. So I won't even remove those either. But I'm about to clean this up, man. Get this started. As soon as I get all this excess off, I'll let y'all see what it looks like before we start doing the design with the shooting stars. All right, so these are just a couple tools that you're gonna need. So first we have our flush cutters. Those are gonna be for when I actually put the headliner back up into the car and I wanna go to cut the excess off of the stars. Right here I have a 4-pack of permanent markers. Now these kind of markers, they pretty much you'll be able to see them on pretty much anything and they don't clog up. So I really do like these. I got these for about $5 at Home Depot. Zip ties. Zip ties is so you can pretty much keep everything nice and neat. And when you go to section it off, you'll be able to, you know, control the stars better to make putting the headliner back into your car. You'll make it a lot easier on yourself. Of course, the hot glue gun. I have the glue sticks, a pack of 24 just in case. I mean, you never know how much glue you're actually gonna use. I got this for about $10 at Home Depot, and I think these were about $5 or $6 too. Right here I have tape, 2 different kinds of tape. One is one that doesn't really move as much, and the other one is what I'm pretty much gonna utilize when it comes to like sectioning off with the zip ties to make everything just as neat as possible. So I got both of these. This one was about $4. This one was about $2 or $3, all from Home Depot. I got the flush cutters. They were about $4 at Harbor Freight, but everything else pretty much came from Home Depot. You will need some 14 gauge wire, which I'll get that, and the fuse tap. I'll get that once I actually get done with this tedious process. But I'll show y'all where I got that stuff from and how much it costs and all that stuff. And once I pretty much get the kit started and done. But first, we're about to clean it up. And as soon as I get done cleaning it up, I'll be right back. All right, y'all. So I know I said I was going to check back in once I got everything cleaned off. But if any of y'all know me, I'm hard-headed. So I went on ahead and started installing my shooting stars. And I kind of got the design similar to how I wanted it. But I was thinking 96 stars because that's how big my shooting star kit is. And it didn't seem like it was enough for the design that I wanted to go with. So I ended up buying another shooting star kit. It'll be here tomorrow, and I'll go in and add all the other accessories as far as the shooting stars tomorrow. But I went on ahead and I took out my sunroof visor, and I wasn't gonna do it because this is my, I'm playing around. It's my first time doing it, and y'all already know anything that I do, I turn it into a business next. So I'm gonna be adding this to my business after I get done with my own car. But I know a lot of people, they ask about getting their sunroof visor done too. And as I was looking at my kit, I was like, I don't think I have enough. I have 550. And one thing I noticed about my actual headliner is this piece. Is this piece that goes around the actual sunroof visor. I don't know if all models have this. My car's a 2015. So I know for sure that I watched another video and he had this on his too, but I haven't seen where it's actually on a Challenger though. I watched another video on the Challenger and the Challenger didn't have all this, and it's kind of hard plastic. So what I'm gonna do is, the reason why I took the sunroof visor out and said I was gonna do that is because I don't wanna leave all this space unfilled with stars. And it goes all the way around. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna include my sunroof visor with the stars. So right now I have a line going straight down the middle I don't know if y'all can actually see that, but I'm gonna cut it off the same way with the sunroof visor, and then go straight down all the way across. So I have a kit with 550, and I cut it off into 4, and I think it came out to be 137 or 138 each. So I'll cut off my sections with my sunroof visor added, and we'll go ahead and get started. So one thing that you need to be aware of is when you're doing the sunroof visor also, you have to account for how it slides forward and back. So I have to leave some kind of slack in between them, just to, you know, to account for all of that. But for the most part, we about to get this started, man. You got to take into account your visors right here too, on each side. You don't want stars to be hiding behind it because you hardly ever pull them down. So I'll probably utilize this area, maybe not. I haven't really decided yet, but all around the sides, all the way around. But yeah, other than that, we about to get this part started. Y'all stay tuned. I'm probably gonna time lapse me actually doing some of the stars. I don't know yet, but I just want to give y'all a brief update as to where we are with the shooting stars and me actually starting off with drilling the holes. But we about to get this started. Y'all stay tuned. All right, y'all, so I know I said I was gonna try to record, try to do a time lapse, but it's kind of hard. I don't really have the stand that I need in order to, you know, do all that. So I'm trying to kind of just give y'all, you know, insight as I go. So this is how far I've gotten. I'm about 40%, 30% done, I'll say. But I've gotten the first 2 done. So now I just have 2 more layers to go. That one over there. I'm gonna show y'all the sunroof in a minute. And I have another layer that's over there on that side. I will say that I pretty much tried to, you know, tape it up as much as possible so I can keep as much stuff out of the way as possible. I hope this looks right with this being in the way, going all the way around. I tried to, you know, try to put some down in here to try to give it that effect on that side. So once it goes up, at least you'll be able to see stars all throughout. But I'm still waiting on my other shooting stars to come in. They should be here today. And then that way I can finish those in that area. But for the most part, man, you about to keep this process going. Just make sure you take your time. And I ended up having to take them out of their actual socket that it plugs into the actual light engine in order for me to utilize this. So the visor, I'm not even gonna say it was tough, but I ended up breaking 2 out of the 3 drill bits that I had. You will need a drill bit if you plan on putting them inside of the sunroof visor. You will need a drill bit. You can't use a thumbtack because it's such a hard surface. You will have to drill through it. And I did learn that the hard way. But just make sure if you do have to take them out of their little socket that goes into the light engine, make sure, please make sure that you just be careful, because they will get tangled up. And when I tell you they get tangled up, they get tangled up. So yeah, we about to keep this process started. I'm gonna actually finish this today. I'm finna go ahead and, you know, do these last 2 squares that I have, and I have to finish a small part of the actual sunroof visor. But one thing I will mention, that this surface, I tried to use the permanent marker, and the permanent marker really didn't show on this dark gray surface. I know I did see on some people's YouTube where they had like a ashy gray. Mine is like a dark heather gray, and the permanent marker really didn't show up too well. So I just pretty much was just winging it. So as I did the side over there, I just winged it on where I was gonna put them at. Like I really didn't have any clear, you know, area that I wanted to put them in, because the permanent marker wasn't gonna show up. So I pretty much just poking holes and just putting them in. Poking holes, putting them in. Poking holes, putting them in. So if you do have this color on the top of your headliner, the permanent marker may or may not show. It was a black one. I didn't try any other colors because I assumed that they just weren't gonna work either. So just make sure that you know, pay that some attention. I did attempt to use the permanent marker on this side over here, and it kind of worked out on the driver's side. But I don't know. I left plenty of slack, so that way I could either pull them through some more, or I could pull back some. That way, once I go to line up the actual wires into the headliner, I don't know how much I have left over to work with. So I can either pull back or pull forward. All right, y'all. So I know it's kind of been kind of crazy. I haven't been updating y'all how I wanted to, but this is pretty much where we are. I've hot glued the visor. I've hot glued pretty much everything around it except for this back area over here. And this is pretty much where the shooting stars are for the most part. Disregard that over there in the background. I know it might be kind of bright, but I pretty much hot glued everything. The hardest part is kind of around this area where this stuff is. Trying to see how I'm gonna tuck those wires in around the edges. I might just get some tape and kind of tape it down to where it doesn't move. But the last piece of this puzzle is pretty much the other shooting star kit, which is playing in the background. I pretty much just got it in, and I'm about to start drilling my holes for it. I have them all around, scattered throughout. I think I have 2 on this side. I think it's 2 on this side, 2 in the back, and 1 or 2 on the other side. So once I get the first one laid down, I'll show y'all how I did it. But as you can see over there, how you want to do it, you have, I think it's 12 different slots. And how you want to do those 12 different slots is based off of how many holes you decide to draw. You want to kind of do each section or each shooting star, you want to number it like 1, 2, 3. So you can take like 2 or 3 from the first one, or you can do like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and then it'll section off just like that. Or you can do 1 through 9 in one, 1 through 9 in another one, 1 through 9 in another one, 1 through 9 in another one, and they'll just shoot simultaneously like that. So it's pretty much however you want to do it. You can have them going in whatever angle that you want to have them going in, but that's pretty much how you want to do it. Now for this shooting star that I got in the back, I really want y'all to wait to see what it kind of looks like. I mean, I tried my best to get the design as close as I can get it to the image that I was looking for, and it kind of went through, but it kind of, I don't know. I mean, I really haven't looked at it. Alright, so I pretty much got everything glued down. That piece in the back, I don't even know if that's gonna stick or not. I just put the same piece of fabric that was on it back on it, but just over the top as a little layer of film. I don't know if that's gonna work. I've seen people put garbage bags over it, and I don't really like the look of the garbage bags. I kind of like that look better. Right here, I took a piece of fabric that I had from the kind of material that you use for like a speaker box, and I used it to cover up the lights so that way they don't shine through the actual sunroof. But I left myself a little bit of wiggle room on the inside of it, and I didn't cut it off yet on the ends either, so that way I can have enough room when I go to let my sunroof back. But we're pretty much done. I have all of the shooting stars glued down. I pretty much just got to cut off the excess from the bottom, which I'm probably gonna cut majority of it off in a second, just so I don't have that much stuff to cut off when I get it back in the car. But for the most part, man, we done. I do have to cut this piece, but I want to wait until it's actually in the car to do that. I've already cut some of the excess from the sunroof off already, and we're about to go try to install this again. So y'all stay tuned. All right, so in order to take this sunroof visor out, which I know I should have showed y'all before or while I was doing it, but I didn't. But I already reinstalled it, and I found out a good piece of information about the chargers and the sunroof visor. So I watched a video on how to remove it, and in the Challenger, and I don't know if it's all years or not, but like I said, my car's a 2015, and I found out how to actually remove this from the track. So if you look right here, you got a bolt here, a bolt here, a bolt here, and a bolt here. They're 10 millimeter. So you only need to do one side, really. You don't need to do both sides, but I ended up doing both sides. But I loosened this one up slightly. Loosen this one up slightly more than that one, and so on and so forth. But this one, I loosened this one up all the way. And this piece right here kind of had me, you know, pondering about it and what it is. But this is how you actually remove the sunroof visor from the track. So as you slightly loosen each bolt, you have to pick up on it as you slide it back. And as you pick up on it as you slide it back, it has some grooves on it on each side. It's 3 on each side. But this piece right here is how you actually get it off the track. So I grabbed the flathead and I kind of pried it off. And the track that it's on is actually right here. So as you pull these off, you'll be able to, and it's one on both sides, right here. So you literally just have to slide that off a little bit, and then it'll come straight off the track. But you do have to remove those bolts slightly, and then this one you have to remove it all the way out. And that's literally all it takes to get the sunroof visor out. Now I don't know if it's like that on the Challengers too, but I know for sure the video that I watched with the Challenger, it did not have this white piece on it, or he didn't show it. The only thing he showed were the bolts that needed to be loosened up. So that is how you get it actually off of the track, and you can actually uninstall it to install the stars in it. But that's all I really wanted to show y'all. We about to get this headliner put back in here, and we finna go ahead and chop these stars off. Let's get it. Alright, y'all. So that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed the install. Hope y'all enjoyed the process. I know it was kind of long, and I do apologize about that, but that's what comes with the installs. If y'all want to see how I wired them up, I'll turn it into another video because this video was a little long. So if y'all want to see that, comment down below and I'll show y'all how I wired them up to get them to come on every time the car turns on. But yeah, man, I hope y'all really enjoyed the video. Y'all already know I got a lot of installs coming. Like I said before, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of POVs. You know, we just gonna keep it moving from there. Show y'all some day-to-day things that I do to the car and other things like that. I do have a couple of announcements I gotta make, but that'll be in the next couple of videos moving forward. But y'all make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe, please. But that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Y'all already know how I end each and every last one of my videos. Stay up, stay safe, stay blessed. And always remember, this is a savage world. In this world, you can be anything you want to be.